everybody. Oh, I'm trying to find my place here. Leslie Little Plaza, Zazoo Plazz, here for my Sunday report, May 7th, 2023. Yes, I'm over on the other side today. There's two sides. There's a pond in back of my house where the geese go. And last week I was at the opposite side. This week I came over here. I'm looking out at the I don't know, there's light up. The moon is over there. There's light on the, oh, I can't see. There's light from somebody's house on the pond over there. And the little frogs. It's raining softly. It's not as bad as it was last, well, knock on wood, it's not as bad as last week. And my friend, my friend, the little decoy, is back. The coyote, the fake coyote, he's back. All the lawnmowers are out today. Like, my nose is like, get up, getting all stirred up. It's like, you know, I like to kind of play it cool during the day and sort of, you know, sleep, stay inside, and then at night I come out and it's totally quiet. And then I can think, I can breathe around all these lawnmowers going around, bees buzzing, birds chirping, neighbors' dogs barking, and oh, everybody's out on the deck having wine and snacks and talking all day, gossiping about the neighbors. Oh, blah blah blah. It's like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. To my Gen X ears, it sounds like moi 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 moi. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Moi moi moi. This is how Gen X's ears work when it comes to, like, you know, authority figures. They all sound alike to me. Anyway, I welcome you for my weekly talk. I don't know how long I've got before this thing shuts me off, but I turned it on battery saving. Anyway, so now that I've gotten into it, yeah, you know, I love coming out here. Right now I don't see any police cars, so it's good. Just a nice water. You could smell that. Listen to the brook. Brook is gurgling before everything dries up. You know, there's that moment. See, the thing, spring, everybody's like, oh, everything's okay now, spring is here. Well, in New England, spring lasts about, you know, the perfect spring day lasts about, if there ever was one, maybe about 2 seconds. And you're plunged from the you know, freezing cold winter into the heat of the summer. And there's like 2 weeks, lately anyway. When I was a kid, it seems like spring lasted forever. You know, all the blooming. My dad is a Taurus. So there's the plane. Coming into Bradley Airport. I never understood the big deal. Spring hurt my eyes, it hurt my ears, it hurt all my senses. So the catchword for today was fill up, because I'm reading the, you know, because I always start, you know, I'm getting over being Catholic, so I always start, you know, with the readings for the week, because I find that it meshes quite nicely with, you know, my own philosophy, my own beliefs as I'm developing them as I go. I'm dropping certain things, I'm picking certain things up as I go. Oh, you know, it's like I got a pack on my back. Oh, that's kind of nice. I'll save that for later. And then later comes, I'm like, you know what? It really doesn't look as nice and shiny as it did on the beach when I picked it up, or whatever. You know, get rid of that. And get something else. So that's kind of how I look at my belief system. So, you know, anyway, so that today's I love the Acts of the Apostles, because it's like Mars oriented, the acts of the apostles. It wasn't just the, you know, sitting around on the couch drinking wine watching Netflix of the apostles. It was the acts of the apostles. They're acting, right? You know, and this is a shout out to all the writers, all the comedy writers, right? All the people who make us laugh, all those people out there. You know, I'm with you. And you know, and I'm, as an optimist, I always feel that, you know, there's got to be a conflict, right? Writers know this better than anybody. You know, if everything was always perfect, right, the way it sometimes looks, and this goes along with the song for today, right? You want this perfect life. It doesn't exist. You want this perfect person to come into your life, you know, that looks perfect, that's, you know, everything you've ever dreamt of, right? I mean, you know, I'm as guilty as any other woman or man, I guess, of, you know, when I was young, I was idealizing, oh, you know, what does my perfect, you know, mate look like? I don't think there is one. But, you know, I think certain people that we meet on our way have certain qualities that we do like, you know? Oh, stop raining. See? Sometimes we keep our umbrellas up. We don't realize it stopped raining. All right. Well, maybe not. I'll keep it nearby. You know? And so, yeah, fill up's the word today. So, you know, okay, it's still kind of raining. Never mind. Drippy. Yeah, so, you know, I get to this time of the year, and I'm reminded of, you know, you think about people. You think about people's birthdays. People used to have in your life. And, yeah, and I had this one boyfriend when I was I was a junior. Let's see, I was a junior, he was a senior. And, you know, I said, you start as, you know, as a girl, you look to your dad or whoever, your mom, or for me, it was my dad. It's like, you know, my dad was, in my eyes, perfect. You know, even though, you know, he's not. But it's like, gee, you know, I like the fact that my dad's musical, and, you know, my dad is, you know, he's good working in the, you know, outside. You know, he's very creative, he's spiritual, this and that. You know, my dad, he's good at, you know, fixing, well, he fixes clocks. Oh my God, it's a skunk. Hello. It's a skunk. Oh my God. Hello, Pepe Le Pew. I'm gonna try to get this. I'm pretty sure you can't see him. That skunk just walked right out of the woods right in front of me. And he's over there. I've seen him when I was walking my dog. He came out of the bushes with his tail sticking straight up. Baby was like frozen. So I said, let's just walk over here, shall we? So, yeah. So, anyway, I had this, you know, friend, and there's a picture of him in my book, Zazoo Plazz. If you go to the section on where I'm playing the banjo, yeah, he was a kid in the class ahead of me in high school, and I met a whole bunch of very smart people through him, and got to hang out with them and go to their prom, their senior prom, and, you know, he went to my junior prom, and Gen X Jono, shout out to you. He was talking about our proms this week, and I got to thinking, well, that's kind of, you know, serendipitous, because every year around this time I think about this friend. You know, he went up to, he was #1 in their class, very smart kid. He helped me with my chemistry. He came along at a point when I was, you know, clueless about chemistry. So he, you know, he tutored me. I wrote about him for the school paper. He used to play beautiful Spanish guitar. So, you know, I wrote about that, and we did kind of a barter thing. You know, he helped me, I helped him, and, you know, we went to each other's proms. Then he went off to Cornell, and I never talked to him again. I guess he, you know, probably became a chemical engineer. He's working somewhere in New Jersey and living with his wife and his mom. I don't know. But if I had to guess, I would say that. Because his mom was at the senior prom with us. I had no idea. I've never seen anything like. My parents sent me off. There you go. You know, we took pictures. There you go. Get out of here. We went to his senior prom. We get there. And, you know, everybody's like, we had dinner and stuff. There was some kid at our table who thought that the butter pats were cheese. So I guess he didn't get out much because he starts eating the butter. And everybody's like, dude, it's not cheese. You know those, you go to the fancy country club, right? Here in Connecticut. You can dress them up, but you can't take them out. My parents have been taking me out to restaurants since I was born. They took me to every museum, every theater, concert, you know, Frog Rock place in Connecticut, every state park, you know. And we also went to Rhode Island and Massachusetts. I was a well-traveled kid. My parents took me everywhere, places I don't even remember. This kid didn't even know at 18 years old that the butter wasn't cheese. Anyway, but you know, you got to start somewhere. So anyway, it's funny how you think about these things. So we had a lovely time at the prom, and you know, we got along. This friend, he and I, we both, you know, he played guitar, I played banjo. We had wonderful chess matches. He was great at chess. You know, I had him down at the beach, and my dad didn't like him. That was the reason we had to break up, kind of, because my dad said, oh, you know, he got so tired of him playing. He would play The House of the Rising Sun on his guitar over and over. After a second hour, my dad's like, can you play Far, Far Away? Leave it to Dad. Yeah, so I guess that was a song back in his day, Far, Far Away, but he didn't get it. He kept playing The House of the Rising Sun. So there's this, you know, 64, 65. The first time I was aware that there was kind of a difference between, you know, where Boomer ended and Gen X started. This kid used to, one time, we caught him, he grew up with horses. You know, I had ridden a horse, but he had a horse barn in his backyard with horses in it. He used to take me horse riding, you know, through the woods. It was nice. And, you know, picked me up for the prom, and his car smelled like horse manure. And he kind of had a little bit of you know, his bowed legs, kind of, from like sitting on a horse. Anyway, I dated a real cowboy. Where have all the cowboys gone? I don't know. But anyway, so, very nice guy, very nice family, very lovely people. But his mom showed us up at the prom. She's in every single picture. And I said, well, that's kind of a bummer. Like, my parents would show up at the prom. Like, oh, yeah, didn't you have the prom yesterday? Like, yeah. They took pictures. We took pictures in the living room, you know. And, you know, but yeah, he'd go down to the beach. My dad's like, you know, he would like, which, you know, my parents weren't used to having guys around. He once, like, my parents had a crushed rock driveway at their beach house. So, you know, of course, typical guys, he would jump, you know, like from the deck onto the, you know, thing and like run up the driveway. And my dad was there with his rake, raking up the rocks after we had gone through. We come back, like, my dad catches him, like, you know, drinking the milk out of the jug. And my son, well, I catch him sometimes doing the whoosh, you know, the whipped cream in his mouth. But we draw the line. In my house, my parents were horrified. Oh, my dad was horrified. This guy drinks out of the milk carton and puts it back in the fridge. He's like, you're not going out steady with this guy. Forget about it. My dad had maintained his silence for the first 16 years of my life. All of a sudden, I became an adolescent, and all of a sudden, Dad's expressing his opinion in a very big way. Anyway, all right, now that the humor portion is not over. Anyway, so, yeah, so Philip, the apostles, you know, it's spreading like wildfire, right? After Jesus resurrected and all that, the apostles been preaching, and it's catching on. People are coming toward them, seeing the, you know, attracted by the light that they're generating, right? And they're like, geez, you know, people are complaining that they don't have, you know, geez, I can't, you know, get access to the apostles anymore, because it's kind of like a rock band, right? They're always out on tour, right? And the people at home, they're like, yeah, when are you gonna, you know, come do a concert here? So they appointed these, you know, kind of like, you know, substitutes, kind of like Santa Claus. And you're a kid, you go to the mall, and, you know, you tell your kid, oh, they're just Santa's helpers, because Santa's up at the North Pole, he's really busy. So they were kind of like Santa's helpers, the way I see it, right? So they're just doing all the dirty work, the everyday boring work that the apostles don't have time to do anymore, because they're busy out, you know, just kind of like a rock band. So anyway, so it's like time for them to step up, right? How many of you can relate to this? My kid's home, the younger one. Took his finals at UConn. He's home. He's working. He's taking over the garage. He's fixing his car. Now, he took me for a ride in it. It seemed fine. He's done all these things. He fixed the roof. He fixed the stick shift thing. He fixed the tires. But he's a Virgo moon. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be good enough. So he's, you know, got girls coming over with tattoos. He's got a tattoo drawn on his knee. I'm like, she's a tattoo artist. His girlfriend, I don't know, girlfriend, but friend. Like, oh my God, he's got like a flower over his, like, studs and, you know, comes in first, it's shorts day. First shorts day in a while. I'm like, you know, there's this like skull flower thing growing over his knee. I'm like, oh, okay, recalibrating, Mom. Okay, cool. Ow, good for you. This is what you have to do at 20. Okay, moms, dads, you gotta recalibrate. Okay. And then he's like, no, Mom, it's just the Sharpie. It'll wear off. We'll see. See about that. Anyway, it's not going to affect me because he's 20. What am I going to do? He's expressing himself, like Madonna said. You've got to express yourself. So at a certain point, you know, he comes home. The other one, you know, come home for a little while. My husband came in. I woke up this morning. The three guys, they're downstairs. The fire alarm is going off in my head. Beep, beep, beep. In my front, you know, all the fire alarms are going off in my house. I'm like, what the heck is going on? You know, they're burning down the house. Oh, my husband set off the smoke alarm, making pancakes and bacon this morning. I don't know. It smelled, and all the fire alarms went off, and the dog starts barking, and then, you know, anyway. So, you know, I come down. There's a big there's a big sack of laundry in the middle of my kitchen. There's like guy clothes. Apparently he hadn't done laundry for the past 2 weeks because he's had finals. So he comes home, flump. He did one load, which is currently drying in my living room. You know, I was so proud of myself. Everybody got the heck out of the house. Everything was clean. The dog and I were just flowing in and out. Flump! They come home, the alarm's going off. There's laundry hanging all over the place. Like skull shirts and, you know, like tank tops and, you know, guy jeans, everything. So this is leading me to the song of the week. There's guy jeans hanging from hooks in my living room all over the place. I said, okay, attention. This is the baseline. This is how we're going to do this. You know, you're home from college. Go buy some food for yourself. Do your laundry. Clean up your dishes. We'll get along fine. I'm not cooking for you. If I have extra food, you're welcome to it. I'm not cooking for you. I'm not doing your dishes. You are on your own. I love you. Have a nice day. And turn the damn stove off when you're done using it. Okay. Anyway, at a certain point, you have to step up and be the master, right? Into your master self. You cannot spend your days doing the same kind of drudgery, crap work. You know, I used to have these crap mom jobs where, you know, they think, oh, you gotta post to Facebook and you gotta do that. And, you know, we can't let you move up because, you know, then my bosses, then they wouldn't have me doing all their slave crap work for them. Tell me if you have encountered it. Anyway, so you stay stuck when you get in that rut of doing for everybody. And at a certain point, you're like, you know, screw this. I'm going to go off in the world and I'm going to do what I'm meant to do. And you people, those crap muffins over there for you, Sebastian Maniscalco, I'm going to have the cake. What's that? Anyway, okay, so that's what's happening with the, those things you used to do, they don't shine anymore. They don't live it, they don't invigorate you, right? They're just bleh. So it's time to step up. Go for those shiny things, okay? So it says, exult in God. Faith is trusting that you're in good hands. Like Allstate. Remember the Allstate? You're in good hands. So it takes faith to do that, right? It takes faith to step up. And not all the shiny things are, you know, like the boyfriends, right? You know, maybe you find one who's really good looking, right? How many ladies out there? But you know, once you scratch the surface, there's a couple of different things that could be going on there. And you don't want any part of that, right? So, you know, if there's a guy who's too good looking, you know, it kind of sends up the alarms. But maybe you find one, you know, a guy who has, you know, some features that are really, you know, really striking, you know, and that's good, because then you kind of think, well, gee, you know, maybe there's something to him. It's not just looks. You know the type, you know, I lift things up, I put things down, those kind of guys. They're just in love with their, you know, they're addicted to their gym routine, or they're, you know, it's like go through the Breakfast Club characters. Typically, I've been attracted to, you know, guys who are, you know, have some intelligence, sense of humor, but they're also fun to be around. They're fun to take trips with. See, that for me, that's exciting. Somebody who's on the same page and, you know, likes to discover things, is curious, right? A little bit childlike. Anyway, I'll just throw that out there. But, you know, so they appointed these priests, right? So this Philip the apostle. I don't know if it's the same Philip that is in the reading that got appointed as a priest. But Philip says, show us the, you know, Jesus, just show us God, right? You can't go around saying, show me God. Say, you can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson, you can't handle that. Jesus said, look at what I've done, my acts, right? I'm not just all show. But it's not just all show. He's like, God is working through me. Either you look at what I've done, you know, you're like, look at somebody's appearance, but don't just look at that. Look at how God speaks to you through me, right? How does God speak through someone to you, right? So the song for the week. Da 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 da. I can't dance. Genesis. Phil. Remember that Groundhog Day? The guy, the insurance salesman. It all goes back to you're in good hands with God, right? But you just have to have faith. Remember that guy in Groundhog Day? You know, Bill Murray was Phil, and his friend Ned, remember? Ned Ryerson from high school. Watch that first step, it's a doozy. So then how long does it take, the whole freaking movie, for Phil to realize, okay, wait a minute, I'm missing something here. And he was missing something. He was missing all the little details and the fun, the life that was part of what he had dismissed as ordinary, right? If you can't learn to love where you are and who you are right now, God's not going to give you any more, right? But once you have mastered that, then you can go on and, you know, live your life. But until then, it's going to be like Groundhog Day, stuck, you know, in the same swamp with the same people and the same, you know, people setting fire to your house and taking all your crap and, you know, wah, wah, wah. Anyway, so Phil Collins, well, Genesis, 91, December 30th, 1991, this song came out. It was nominated for the 93 Grammy Award for Best Pop Duo Group. Awesome. It was inspired by a Levi's jeans commercial, right? They just thought it was a funny little bit. They didn't think it was going to go anywhere, right? And then it did. It just took off. So, you know, it was goofy, totally not their style. They're doing the, you know, the walk and the dance. I can't dance. I loved this song when it came out. Oh my God. It was goofy. They're basically saying, look, we're just average guys. We're very unhip. We're not like those models, you know the chiseled ab jean models, right? You know the ones. Yeah, but those guys, they can't carry on a conversation with you. You know, they look good in jeans, but hey, you know, sometimes you need more than that. And then what, right? I love the scene where the girl in the Porsche, you know, comes back to the filling station. They used to call them, fill her up. And the lizard gets in the car. Anyway, watch the link. I posted the link. Yeah, so I guess he said that, I'm reading the wiki notes. Phil Collins said that he took the dance. Something is squeaking over here. Oh my God. Something's squeaking. What the heck? Something is tweeting and squeaking at me. Oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I think the skunk is coming for me. Anyway, yeah, he said it was inspired by when he was at stage school. He said guys would, you know, they would tap dance in a very stiff way with the same arm and the same leg, right? So, oh my, there's some kind of creature. Maybe it's a giant lizard, maybe it's just a skunk, but there's something over there, and I'm getting out of the woods. So, I'm gonna go make my shrimp fajitas. Till next week. Oh, look at I got dog bags in my pocket. Till next week. Yeah, so, yeah, do a little dance, and, get down tonight. Fill up your heart. I'll see ya. Hope I don't get sprayed on the way back. Till next week, Zazoo Plazz, signing out. Take care. Bye-bye.